So we've talked about numeric range parameters. Now let's take a minute to dig into fields parameters. When you create a fields parameter, just like a numeric range parameter, Power BI automatically generates some DAX behind the scenes. It's going to add a new report slicer to the page and generate a new measure that looks something like this. And that's designed to capture the selected value. So in the example we're looking at here, we've created a new fields parameter called metric selection, containing 5 different measures from our model: total orders, revenue, profit, returns, and return rate. Then what we've done is added that as a slicer on our report page and to the y-axis of our chart, which essentially lets users dynamically change which metric is shown in the visual. Pretty straightforward, but a really nice way to make your charts and graphs a bit more dynamic. So let's go ahead and jump into Power BI and try to create a fields parameter like this for ourselves. So go ahead and jump into your product detail report, and let's go to modeling, parameter, and add a fields parameter this time. And let's go ahead and call this product metric selection. And now all we need to do is select fields. It's kind of pulling in our data view right here, which is really helpful. And all we're going to do is pull in the measures that we want to be included in this slicer or parameter. So let's do total orders, let's do total revenue, let's do total profit, total returns, and return rate as well. Simple as checking the box, and we've got our list of parameter fields. Much simpler than numeric range parameters. This is literally all it takes. And yes, we want to add a slicer to the page. So let's go ahead and click Create. And there we go. It's dropped a slicer onto our report page containing those 5 fields that we've chosen. As always, do a little bit of formatting here just to make sure it's consistent. I think vertical list style looks good. Let's activate single select here instead of multi-select, because we really only want people to view one metric at a time on this chart. And we can do some formatting on the slicer header. Let's use our consistent Sego UI size 10, and we'll change our values as well. Size 10 looks good, and that should just about do it. So now we'll do some resizing. And we're going to resize our area chart like so to make room and drag this down. All right, so that's step 1, right? We've got our fields parameter, we've got our slicer, we can select any of these fields or these metrics that we've configured, but at this point, it's not doing anything because it's not connected to any visual or measure in our model. So just like with our numeric range, we can head to the data view here, and we should see a brand new table, product metric selection, with a new DAX measure that captures the input from our parameter settings. So you can see we've got our 5 metrics listed here. We could rename these if we wanted to. In fact, let's kind of do that. Let's simplify this to orders, revenue, profit, returns, and maybe return rate with a percentage, just to kind of make things a little bit more concise and show that you can relabel these different selections. So now we press enter, should see that slicer update accordingly. That looks good. And now really the last thing that we need to do is update our chart, y-axis. Instead of just showing total returns as a single metric, we're going to add data and grab that new DAX that was produced by our parameter, this product metric selection measure. Drag that in, and now watch this. I've got orders selected, now returns, profit, revenue, return rate. Our chart is now dynamic and it's tied to this selection sourced by our parameter. Now because we have this slicer, I think we can get rid of our chart title now. Let's go into our format pane, turn that title off. And one thing that's really cool is that we can now format the chart for each of these 5 selections specifically. So let's go ahead, start with orders. Let's select our chart here. And if we scroll down to the lines option here, we've got orders selected right now. So we can format that kind of our default gray. And then go ahead to our slicer, make the selection, change the color here. Let's do the same for profit. I think for all of these kind of good metrics, I'm going to use the same gray. And then for 2 bad metrics, return and return rate, let's use that red that we're used to. There we go, and return rate. think that should do it. So let's go ahead and test this out. Orders is gray, revenue, profit, returns, and return rate. That's all looking good. Such a simple but impactful way to add that next level of interactivity to the visuals in your reports.